Woo, we're going. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Four Sides of the Ring. It's Justin and Casey, and we're coming back after... we've been a little busy the last week or two. Haven't been able to get to the podcast the way we've wanted to, but we're back tonight. We've missed the last... we missed podcast. We've missed Backlash and then a Raw and a Raw and a SmackDown.
Raw, SmackDown, and Backlash.
So there's been a lot going on. So tonight we're just going to talk about a little bit about the goings on, the big goings on in wrestling, and what we think is going to happen going forward. We do have Saturday night's main event coming up here pretty quick, and then it won't be too long till we're getting into Money in the Bank, I believe.
Next month.
Yeah, I think it's in June, so.
I think it's next month. The big old next month.
Yeah, Money in the Bank.
And yeah.
And really, after Money in the Bank, that means SummerSlam's right around the corner. And SummerSlam, as we've been talking for a while,
will be the final.
It's going to be
the Super Bowl.
Well,
mega Super Bowl.
That's what we believe, is that they're building it up to be the Super Bowl this year. So
it's got to be, because that's just it's the first time it's ever been two nights. Like WrestleMania has been two nights. Well, technically three, but two nights for years now. Mm-hmm. This is the first time they've had a second PLE that is just straight up boom, two nights. I just hope they go the correct route, which honestly, and I'll state this now, they need to go fucking women's division forward. The women's division is just fucking killing it right now. Like the story with John and everything, it's great. But look what conquered on Raw. That was Rhea, Io, and Roxanne and Julie. That was just a phenomenal match. And I didn't even watch it all just because I didn't sit down and actually watch Raw. But I caught all the highlights, and that was... If you don't start with the right foot women's division for SummerSlam, I hope you got one hell of an ace in your sleeve.
Well, they've got a lot going on with the women's division, too. Like you said, those four. Plus you have Stephanie Vaquer. Plus you have, like, the Becky Lynch, Lyra stuff going on. You got the Tiffany stuff going on. There,
got a lot.
Charlotte's... Alexa Bliss and Charlotte popped up. Alexa Bliss is back.
Yeah, but it looks like they're steering with, Jade and Charlotte.
And,
I heard they're supposed to be facing it.
But there's
main event.
There's stuff
Saturday.
going on, like you said, there's a lot going on in the women's division. So... And we were happy that
Liv's not here.
Liv will be back on Monday, so it's fine. It's fine.
Then Carlito, you better hurry and get your date that you're not paying for real quick.
It's fine.
Did you see that?
I know, that was hilarious.
Just a look Raquel's giving.
And then Raquel posted about it on X.
Should I?
She's like, why is it always my credit card?
That's hilarious. I'm sorry, Carlito. He's being so misused. Nothing. I'm sure they got plans for him down the road, but he's just so fucking funny.
He's hilarious. But don't have room for everyone in every story.
No,
so
that's
sucks,
a big thing too. Especially with all these releases that are happening, everyone's so butthurt about that. But there's stories behind that too.
They've got to build up. They've got to build up Dom. Finn's still got, his space that he's got to be in. Whatever they're doing with Finn, and JD made his comeback, and
Well, I don't know if you saw what I sent you, but like, with Braun Strowman,
yeah,
it shows that he's not actually away from the company. He's still working for the company. He's just not getting that salary anymore. He's getting whatever that show makes. And it's like, that's the funny thing, too. They even posted, even he said something along the lines like, no, the door's open, and I'm willing to step in whenever they want me to. But, like, he's come to turn, like, just come forward on the fact that there's nothing there for him, really, unless they need him.
unless they need him, yeah, and like.
Let's just say that our biggest thing is Cora Jade. And her OF.
Oh my goodness. That's about to.
I wonder how many people have actually subscribed to her OF knowing that there is nothing there right now.
There's nothing there. She's already printing.
Hey,
money.
she's already claimed she's coming for our bank accounts at the end of the month. I'm good giving it. Just hurry up. Oh my God.
That's so funny. But
I was actually surprised by that one. They seemed to be going somewhere with her this a few months ago. So it was just really surprising that they cut her.
yeah, I don't understand it either. I don't know.
I think they're just making way for other things. I even think they're like some of these guys. They're not necessarily going to AEW, but they're going to just go to TNA. I think we'll see Gigi and Cora in TNA real fast.
I mean, that actually makes a lot of sense, especially considering, they brought up the NXT girls. So good.
I think they were just clearing the way, and
because like Dakota Kai too, like that one was a surprise to everybody.
Oh, that was sad.
And it's like, well, if they all get to move over to TNA,
but you can't hate it to the fact that, god damn, Cora Jade, or not Cora, sorry, Dakota Kai, 3 injuries in like the last year.
Which is rough. Injuries are always rough.
It's bad luck. She just keeps getting taken out, and
so
honestly, I mean, some of them, they have a following. Like Dakota, she's got a streaming following. You got.
I know a lot of people online were.
Oh man, why did I just forget her name? I just totally fucking watched one of her videos. Not Katana, the other one.
Oh, Asuka?
No. The tag team that got released. You had Katana, and then you had the black girl that's supposedly dating Damian Priest.
I don't remember her name.
I can't remember her name either. All of a sudden, damn. Anyway, she's got a huge social media. She even posted. She's like, I hope I get to keep entertaining you guys and keep going forward with my social media. So I don't even know if she's focusing on going back to a wrestling stature.
Yeah, but if they can move over to TNA where they're utilized better, it might be a good thing anyway.
Like Indy Hartwell just got signed on to TNA last week. So she's going to be there. And she's even claimed, like, I have no qualms about not going back to WWE anymore. Like, so she's happy where she's at. And I honestly think it's a big part of their plan.
Yeah. Well.
John Cena's not, though. We're just going to leave that. How could you attack your biggest fan, R-Truth, man? Come on.
All right.
Actually, did you hear they're fighting at Saturday main event?
Yeah.
So, R-Truth is fighting his childhood hero, mentor, whatever he calls him.
So funny. Oh, poor Truth.
He just doesn't want to let go.
He never will.
No, he won't. He'll probably lose and call him Kevin or something.
But
when is that supposed to be?
I think it's the 24th.
24th? Well, I know they're they're doing Saturday
Yeah, the 24th.
night main events, but they're mostly like dark shows.
Because this one you're gonna have, because you got Jey Uso and Logan Paul, and then you
I
got.
swear to God, if Logan wins, I will stab.
Well, that's the thing about the main events. I've noticed is that there's not title
They're
changes,
not changing.
and there wasn't title changes at Backlash either. So everyone retained. It was wild.
Yeah.
And so, well, I mean, I think it just leads up to.
Backlash was so hard to get through. I hate to say that. It was just such a
I thought it was entertaining.
well, it's like they say, Damien's the Backlash boy now. They started so strong with that Fatal 4-Way that the other matches were just meh. Like, they weren't bad, but you hit so hard with that Fatal 4-Way that it was just so hard to top.
I just think we have expectations of things happening.
All right. Yeah.
And nothing really happened outside of, continuing the storylines, like John Cena and Randy. There was really no expectation of Randy winning that fight and John losing his belt, I don't think anyone really expected that.
I did.
And it didn't happen,
I honestly wonder if this is their way of replacing that belt.
I don't think so.
John leaves with the belt and they replace the belt with something new.
I don't think they're gonna go down that road. I think it's just build up to SummerSlam. I think that's a lot of what this is.
Yeah, but who will he face now? Randy's been taken out. Cody hasn't been seen since WrestleMania, so that questions that one. We got CM Punk still, but he's going down a whole nother path with Seth and Braun and Paul.
Well, he'll have a fight against Truth Saturday night, and then
yeah,
he'll have something at Money in the Bank.
I'll tell you right now, actually, funny rumor that's going around is because we're not going to see Roman for a good fat minute. Rumor is he's coming back with Zilla, which is Jacob Fatu's little brother. But he's coming back with him, and I'm like, dude, I hope that's true. That guy. Whoa. Now let's talk about fucking Jeff Cobb. I didn't know who the fuck he was, and the moment he came in, all of a sudden my Instagram lit up with his shit. And I was like, holy shit, this guy might be somebody now. Like, it's insane, some of the shit he's been doing. So, well, they even showed, too, him and Jacob had a feud.
Yeah.
And that's why Jacob was looking at him like, I'm going to fuck you up, dude. Like, this is what we're going to do.
Well, I think that, Solo's definitely trying to put Jacob back in his place on that.
He's trying to, and with Jeff, it definitely is a possibility. Those two are definitely a huge thing.
Because that's going to be... Well, because ever since Solo lost to Ulafala, he's been...
Lost.
Well, essentially he's been second to Jacob, He went from being a leader to having to, bow down to Jacob, essentially. And that doesn't sit right with him. He wants to be in charge. He wants to be the leader.
Right.
But he has to put Jacob back in his place. And that's easier said than done, especially for Solo. Solo's good, but he's not.
Well, let's hope to God he doesn't make the red flag decision. cost him his title because Jacob will kill you.
But, you know, if you unleash someone that can kind of curb Jacob, you know, might have, don't stab your mic.
Why?
But, that'll be interesting, though. That'll be interesting to go forward.
I think most of the storylines right now are fucking, they're going somewhere. They're fire.
There's a lot going on. It's just,
And nothing to slam on Backlash. It's just, to me, they started so strong that
I mean, that Fatal 4 was good.
They're calling Damian Backlash the Backlash guy or man or whatever. He is the last several Backlashes. He's been the.
Well, speaking of that, though, have you heard any more about Drew?
Him and Damian are both hurt. I haven't heard what, and I haven't heard
the extent of anything, but I know the only thing I've heard really is that Drew hit his head on the cement.
I want to say Damian hit his head too.
And Damian, I heard Damian knocked out a tooth or something. Because you said it when we were watching it. It looked like his mouth was open, and we both saw that his mouth was bleeding. And you're like, I think he had his mouth open when he jumped.
And probably smashed a tooth out.
So he probably came down on his mouth.
See, and I haven't heard anything else. Like I heard that they got hurt.
And I haven't
but my feed, at least,
they haven't said anything about Drew.
My feed hasn't lit up about either one of them.
Outside of,
but I mean, in my defense right now, though, my feed's been blowing up about fucking Cross. Cross is like every other fucking person I'm fucking seeing right now.
Yeah, Cross has gotten everyone's attention.
Yeah, he really fucking has. But no, as far as I know. Oh, I haven't heard anything about Drew's injury. I haven't heard anything about Damian's injury.
I haven't either.
I don't even know and maybe they're just trying to keep it quiet.
Hopefully maybe they're just not too serious and there's just nothing to report. It was just they both got banged up.
Well, I know they got that Fatal 4-Way alone was fucking vicious.
Well, I know they got banged up, but I mean,
that's why I want to sit there and say they started way too strong with Backlash. That match should have been mid card, because if you had the front card, the other the two matches following that match, and then all of a sudden they hit, and then you had the last two matches, it would have been a fire of a show because you're not immediately blowing out your show.
But then, man,
and it's nothing against them. Like, that match was phenomenal. It was just, you put your aces in the front line. It should have been mid-card to where, hey, you guys are going to blow up the show middle, giving at least two other matches a chance to float. That's why they're saying like Damian's Mr. Backlash, because last several Backlashes he's just stolen the show. He stole the show with Bad Bunny. He stole the show. God, I should actually see if I can't find that post calling him that, because it's been the last few consecutive years of him just stealing the show.
Stealing Backlash.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but you brought up Karrion Kross, and I have heard rumor that Karrion Kross might be the winner of Money in the Bank.
I heard that too.
Like
that he's in the lineup.
So that could go towards who might go after Cena if Karrion Kross wins Money in the Bank.
I'm not gonna lie, I would not be disappointed on that one.
That would be kind of wild if Karrion Kross took a shot.
Karrion's fucking awesome.
At Cena.
And actually, I don't know if you've seen this. His shirts since NXT are now going to be sold in arenas for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's because fans were like, well, we want to buy it now. Right. We don't want to order it. And yeah, like huge story.
So that'd be interesting too. So we might get some interesting storylines coming out of Money in the Bank too.
He literally made a fucking pop for his own self. Like, And people were worried that him making that pop for himself was going to be his way out the door. WWE they don't like wrestlers that do that.
No,
But man, the moment he popped, and good for him, because I'm waiting. I want to see what more he's got.
well, he's gonna have something going on that's gonna be fun to watch, and it might have, he might play into Cena now, which might be fun.
I would not mind him taking that belt from Cena.
So,
come on. Yeah.
and then we got all the Seth stuff going on.
Dude, the Seth shit is fucking crazy.
Well, yeah, but they've got to pick up a.
I like it.
They've got to pick up a third person.
I want
though.
to see who the third. They've already got him or her. I'm gonna say her. Very strongly. Him or her. They've already got him. We just don't know it yet.
Because we got a tag team coming up between. Was it? Yeah, Seth and Braun, and is it Punk and Sammy? Is that right? Yeah.
I think so.
And
yeah.
is that at Saturday night's main event?
I don't know.
I'm
not gonna lie. I don't know what's going on at Saturday main event. I have seen very little with the Saturday main event on my shit.
That's all right. It's not popping off. They've made a couple matches, but it's either.
Well, let's face it. Saturday night main event was made to be bigger than it is, and nothing against it. But I also found out they've been treating it like a dark show for the last several months. I mean, if you actually go on Peacock and get into it, you can watch matches for the last several months now.
So it's just another show. It's just not.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was the case until I saw something about Karrion fighting somebody. I'm like, when the fuck did this happen? So I got on Peacock and I went up to Saturday because I was like, did I fucking miss that match? What the hell? And it was like, oh no, it's just like a dark show just filmed. And I'm like, what?
But then we got. So they've got to pick up a third person in their little group. So.
Yeah, we need a third person, and I really think it's going to be a girl.
Who would you think?
I would say Becky, but I don't know.
Think Becky
I don't want to lean towards Becky just because of the Seth Becky thing. And Becky has come out saying that she does not want to do another storyline with Seth that.
Could they pull up like Stephanie Vakir?
I would think so, but at the same time, right now, she's so fucking popular face-wise. Or baby face wise, it just wouldn't make sense.
You know what though? You say that now. Julia and Roxanne, after the match, Roxanne came up and she's all, "What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" And Julia's all, "There is no we." So
I mean, you've got a couple of girls right now that really could take that mantle, that spot, and nothing against Becky. Like I'm sure they might have been like, "Hey, would you?" But last time she was like, "I."
Doesn't want to do it.
Well, last time her and Seth worked together, she was like, "It was fun, but it is something I never want to do again."
So
maybe Roxanne, maybe Julie. It doesn't make sense for Stephanie yet until she loses that NXT title. She ain't going nowhere. And let's face it. The fact that I just, we're hearing that she has a boyfriend now. How dare you?
But,
yeah. No, I mean, shit. Let's face it, too. It could be Rhea. You don't know. And the way stories have been going so much lately, it's a curveball every time. Like Triple H, I think, just takes pleasure in the fact that he wants to hear us all go, "Oh, this is what's gonna happen, and this is how it's gonna be," and then he's gonna be like, "Hey, curveball to the face, bitch, you're out.
You go. You're out."
But, yeah, and so I mean, it could be Rhea, and I swear to God, if I'm right, I don't even know how I'd feel about that. Like, her being a babyface is so great right now. I mean, let's face it, too. Dom being a babyface is fucking great right now, and he's not even a full-fledged babyface.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could be a lot. Not, but I really, truly want to say it's going to be a female person because it would almost be a first ever. Like, I'm not saying factions haven't had women in them, but most of the time, especially in the past, they've always been like managers.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rhea was one of the biggest faction group parts with Judgment Day as a woman.
Right.
But I mean, I'd have to really look into it, and I haven't. I really should have, actually. But I don't think there's ever been a faction where you've actually had a full-fledged woman as a wrestler in them other than Judgment Day. So to do it again, it would definitely be another big situation. I couldn't fathom. I couldn't fathom on who it would be. Like, I would say it would have to be a fucking twist. It's no one we would think it would be. I guarantee it. But right now, I don't know who it could be to join that group.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
It really is. You'd have to really be in the mind frame of what Triple H is trying to do, and people don't understand that either. Like, I mean, even Rhea blew up about fans who say they're behind women, but then you're sitting there going, well, they don't deserve it, and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, I mean, I could relate to her post, because I literally was last month going, Charlotte didn't deserve this. But at the same time, story-wise and potential-wise, there were other people who earned a spot that Charlotte jumped over. And that wasn't fair.
The Charlotte situation was a lot different than...
It was bad. But, like, people are fucking slamming on Rhea, saying that she slept her way to the top. And I'm like, no, she riptied her way to the top and pegged anyone she pinned. So fuck off, you know what I'm saying? Same with Liv. Paul's even come out and said, look how her character has progressed in the last 6 to 8 months compared to how she was.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. Like, don't fucking say they're sleeping their way to the top. You're just fucking jealous. Like, no. Well, these girls have earned their spot.
The problem with women is how much they get judged. Because they've got...
they got so much to prove.
Well, they've got so much, like... They get judged by their looks right off the bat. You know, everyone talks about their looks.
Right.
Right off the bat. And then, you know, like, all the other stuff comes in second. You know, oh, well, yeah, you know, she's great looking. And then you have to talk about, like, how does she wrestle and stuff. So it's hard for them to get past some of that stuff. So it's like, you know, Rhea makes a solid point.
Oh, I don't question
her
points.
For everyone listening, you need to be watching the women's division because it is phenomenal right now.
Oh, my God. It is fire.
It is so good.
I'm sorry. I can sleep through any of the men's matches. Women's matches, I'm usually intently watching.
You have a whole slew of women now.
They're stealing the show.
That are wrestling their asses off.
And it's like, even if they're greenish, like Jade, she's not fucking the amazeball best, but god damn, she puts on a show.
But she puts on the show.
So does Maxine Dupree, who never had intent to even get in that fucking ring until they were like, hey, we're staying kind of away from managers. We want wrestlers. And she started doing bump training.
Well, she's pretty good. She was really good at that tag team, what you call it, for the titles there. She was
that tournament.
Doing really well.
Well, that's the thing. I think Natalia's kind of taking her under her wing, and to really kind of help progress her.
Well, she'd do really well getting in the ring more.
Well, seeing that's a disappointment too, is they've kind of written off Natalia, and I'm like, that she needs to get back up there. She's a phenomenal wrestler too. Like, you almost want to be like you're focusing on a lot of the wrong girls here.
Well, but that's the thing, though, is there's a whole slew of women right now. You know, like even
huge.
like I know we've talked a lot of shit on Charlotte, but even
Oh,
Charlotte,
she's a talent.
even Charlotte, she's
amazing.
about. Because here's the thing: is like all the things we were saying about Charlotte. You know,
I'll
that
tell you-
she shouldn't have just had that title run. That she should have built up her story and this and that is about to happen. She's about to have a story run,
See, and if they build it right, like we said, I'm chill
and
with
it's
that.
fine.
I will be
It's
fine
so
with
fine.
It.
If she gets a story run right now, which it's
I
about to
think
happen,
it's happening.
because that whole Alexa Bliss thing,
Oh,
like there's about to be a story.
Alexa, Alexis, just call her you crazy bitch.
You know,
Again, come on.
and it almost doesn't matter what the story run is. I mean, it's going to be good because Charlotte is good, and she does a good job.
She's phenomenal. And let's face it,
That's just what we want to see, though. We just didn't want to see her
jump the line.
jump the line, and
That was my one problem. She just didn't earn the spot. She went to Royal Rumble out of nowhere and fucking won. And I'm like, are you
Right.
like it would have made more sense to even Alexis winning the fucking belt because at least there were rumors for the longest time that she was coming back.
and then you still have like Liv and Raquel
Oh,
run a tag team. You know, you have
and that's been
a tag
phenomenal.
team, a women's tag team division. You've got to build up.
They really need to start doing that one too. There's just so much that's out there, and it doesn't like the tag team division in itself, men and women. It just seems like it's drowning.
The only place it's not is SmackDown, because those guys are doing awesome. And then you got Fraxium coming up. You know, they just joined the main roster, and they are tearing everybody up.
Oh, they're good.
They just went through
they're good.
everybody, and
But,
that's on
I mean,
the SmackDown.
I've even heard Penta and
Ray.
Phoenix are about to get their tag team going,
think-
and I'm like, if those two unite, that's going to be insane.
But you know, if they build up the women's tag team division, you know, give Liv and Raquel some real competition, that'll be a lot of fun.
Well, I almost wonder how much they really are taking the women's tag team division seriously. Because they just took one of the main roster tag teams and released them. Katana and... Oh, God, I feel horrible that I can't remember her fucking name. I know who she is, people, I promise. I do follow her. Jordan?
No.
Motherfucker. Just makes me look bad.
But
they took them out, and they were a phenomenal tag team. And, like, even after they got released, someone posted shit of just their tag team moves. I'm like, some of their moves were just so fucking flawless. All right, there she is. Sorry. This might make noise. Apologies. Oh, she's not even under the name anymore. She's under Lacey Lane now.
I don't know.
So she already changed her name. Damn you. Anywho, her and Katana did such an amazing job as a tag team. To take them out, they were tag team gold. We just don't have a female tag team roster right now.
No, you really don't. But so yeah, that's kind of what's going on in wrestling at the moment. Moving forward, we're gonna have to watch the next couple weeks to see what the storylines are
We
gonna
got to
do.
see what's going to happen after main event because we don't even know who will be targeting John now. I want to say it's Cody, but
There might be some
he's
movement
been
on
quiet.
the Seth Rollins front. That storyline might move forward a bit
Question
more.
is he going to keep going for the world heavyweight title? They're making a huge push for that title right now.
So I mean,
Like they're pushing the
something's
heavyweight
gonna happen.
title forward.
You know what I'm saying?
And it almost makes me think they're taking the heavyweight title and making it the front page of wrestling, where John's title's taking a back burner.
We'll see what happens. But John's gonna stay champion for a minute.
We already knew that. He was going to stay champion, and I will be surprised if he walks out SummerSlam as champion. I want to say that's where the belt drops. But I've heard he's here until
December.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So he's got a fair fucking minute. He could very well walk out of SummerSlam with that damn belt.
so
Randy, get on it.
anyway, we will be back with SmackDown and Raw
Hopefully.
and more stuff. We'll see what goes on the next.
Unless, we have
Couple
lives
weeks.
and have to fucking work and
Yeah, we had goings on in our lives, and so we couldn't quite jump on everything. But we'll get back to it. Talk more.
Money, please.
Liv Morgan should be back on Monday, from what I hear. So all will be right in the world again. So anyway, everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you on the next go around.